So, gentlemen, good to have you once again. This is another gem that I'll be throwing. It's a follow up on the last video I made on how to be a great tenant. I hope you find value in this and then put it to practice. So, the number one thing about being a great tenant is pay your rent on time. You don't want to be that tenant that you go out first thing in the morning and come back late in the night just because you are avoiding your landlord if you live in the same house. Or when you see his or her call, you ignore it or your heart starts to beat. Why? Because your rent is due. In fact, on this point, there was one meme I saw on Twitter Savage. It's a landlord and his tenant. The landlord said, "Hi," and then the tenant was like, "I know." Meaning he's offended because the landlord had to remind him that his rent was due. So you want to avoid anything that puts you under pressure when your rent is due. The second thing is, please, when things are broken, fix them. You don't have to wait for the landlord for everything. And when replace with the same quality that were there. Don't replace with inferior ones. So, for example, you are given a house with a steel tap, but when it's broken, you replace it with a plastic one. Or the light bulbs, when light bulbs are off, fix them. You see why you need to rent a house that is within your budget, because when you rent a very expensive house, you know that the facilities there, the things there will be very expensive, and you find it difficult to replace them because they are way too expensive, right? And then the third thing is, please always keep the house clean. The windows, the kitchen, the bathroom, especially if you have kids. You don't want to be that tenant that once you are leaving the house has to be renovated, and major renovation. Come on, be a gentleman and let everyone that gives you their house be proud, be happy they gave you their house. See you in the next.